A very good morning to all of you. I'm so happy, so happy, so happy to be here with you guys in this brand new session we have for Strategic Management by the Board of Studies Academic. My name is Syllabus, and I welcome you with a very open heart and a lot of excitement for what is ahead of us from this particular subject. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really interesting. It's going to be a lot of energy you would have in the classrooms. But for that, I would need you to be really, really active on the chat here. Interact with us. Use this time to ask as many questions, learn as many new things as you can as we take you through this entire syllabus with a lot of examples, a lot of real life ways businesses are operating in India, globally, around the world. How are things happening? What is causing so much disruption? And how are businesses solving all these problems through strategic management? I welcome all of you again to this wonderful, wonderful subject, right? And before we get into this, very quick energy check, a very quick check of how fresh you are on a Sunday morning as we begin. I really want you to put in the chat, and I want each one of you to please respond. It's your classroom, use it. Okay. I want you to respond your city and your hobby very quickly in the chat. Let's see what's the energy of the class. Put in the city where you're based and one of your hobbies in the chat. And let me read if somebody has an interesting hobby. Again, the chat has to be really respectful. It's classroom. It's probably, please maintain that decorum as well. But let's have a lot of fun learning new things from strategic management. Okay. Very quickly in the chat, I want you to give me your city name and your hobby. Okay. So Divya says she's from Jhajjar and you like traveling. Okay, very nice. Divya, we all love traveling. Kanchan, Delhi hobbies, writing shairi and poetry. Oh, wow. At this stage, writing shairi and poetry. Poetry and shairi about what? About life, about motivation. Karan comes from Mumbai and bike riding. Karan, you have to be safe. Indian roads are getting scary day by day. But good, good. Which bike? Hemin says Ahmedabad, cricket and traveling. Awesome. There was a match yesterday, Hemin, Ahmedabad mein, IPL. What a crazy match. People were catching balls like anything. 3 overs, they gave like 5 catches. I don't know, something like that. Awesome. What about others? I want each one of you to be really active in the chat, please. This is your class. Use it. Amit comes from Lakhisari, Bihar and pilgrimage. Okay, very nice. Amit, that's an interesting hobby. You want to do the Char Dham, or you might have just done the Char Dham. I don't know. Awesome. Nidhi comes from Navi Mumbai, reading and traveling. Great. Reading and traveling. So most of the times you travel, you read. Good. Bindya comes from Pune. Hobby is reading novels. Okay, a lot of Pune, Mumbai reading a lot of books. Got to start a books business there. The Kanchan writes about life and love. Very nice. Revati comes from Hyderabad. Now that's a good hobby. Dancing. Somebody is happy. Good, Revati. Very, very, very good to see somebody putting a hobby as dance also. Good. It's been ages. Nikunj comes from Mumbai and music. Okay. You have that coastal road now with a lot of music. Nikunj already. Jai ho bajta hai, gaadi nikalti hai. So good. See, all of us are so engrossed in reels. All my examples are coming from reels. Kashish comes from Uttar Pradesh. Where in Uttar Pradesh, Kashish? Reading both fiction and non-fiction. Very nice. So we are going to read a lot of non-fiction. So I think you will be interested. Fiction again, like I also like a lot of fiction. I like reading a lot of history, but which is more sci-fi plus history plus thriller, right? Something like a Dan Brown. Those books are fantastic. I love Dan Brown books. But eventually, then I watch movies. I just read half the book and then watch the movie. The attention span has gotten so small. Okay, Mujahid, morning from Hyderabad, and you like going to gym. Awesome. Fitness. Mike says good morning. Mike, what a great city. Mike comes from good morning. What's the city name? Kashish comes from Ottawa. Awesome. Yeah, very nice. Very famous place. Good. Good. So what you see this classroom, my friend, is like a mini India. You have people from all across India. The beauty of these classes, my friend, is you can interact, you can learn, you can talk to a lot of people via me, maybe. You can probably use this platform to understand your competition. Okay, that's what I always keep telling. This classroom is going to be interesting. Why? Because you get to see a lot of people around you you're competing with. You get to talk to them, you get to interact with them, you get to learn from them. How are they managing their studies? How are they preparing? How well these people are, right? You get to do all of that. And that's important, my friend. That's important. Okay. People might say, hey, no, yes, no. I think that's very important. You should know where others are as well and not just yourself. So it's good that you get to see or talk to so many people. Mehak comes from West Bengal, Kolkata. Wonderful, Mehak. You have elections coming up. Going to be a all Mela time in Kolkata. Great. Okay. Now, my dear friends, strategic management. Why is this subject even part of the syllabus? And why is it 6B? It's a 50-mark paper, my friend. 50 marks. And I can assure you, if you follow what we are about to tell you in next few sessions, going to go for every weekend, most like every weekend. We meet in the mornings. And if you follow what's being told, if you practice, if you do what is being asked for, I can tell you this is one theory subject. Okay. This is one theory subject where you probably can score a lot of marks. There are MCQs in this paper. There is a case scenario, you have, and then you have descriptive questions in the exam as well. We'll go through the pattern as we proceed with the syllabus, right? As we proceed with what's there in the syllabus, why is this subject relevant, what will we will study. Today's class, I want to spend a lot of time on understanding why is this subject relevant. Two, okay, the second thing I want to make sure is you understand the faculty, you understand me, how we will study. We build a relation in terms of you know what is expected out of me, you understand what is needed from your side, and I get to know what are your expectations from the classes as well, right? So today's session is going to be touching upon the subject, touching upon the syllabus, starting the syllabus a little bit so that you understand how these classes will proceed. And most importantly, be very open with sharing examples, your thoughts. The chat is all open. Okay. Again, be respectful, but the chat is open, my friend. You can share your thoughts freely in the classroom. Okay. Do not hesitate in asking any question. No question is a wrong question. It's a question because you are confused and you want to learn something, so ask. Unless you ask, I would never know. And if I never know, I cannot really help you. Okay? So use this platform. And Avijit comes from Bankura, West Bengal. Wonderful, Avijit. You are also looking forward to elections. Time to vote. Okay? Good. So let me start with this question on the screen, my dear friends. The question on the screen is very clear. Okay, read it and answer. And this is how these classes are going to be as well. It's not going to be just reading out of the book, syllabus, learn this, read that. No. We're going to learn concepts. We are going to remember concepts. We are going to use concepts. We are going to know how real business is, how a Nykaa, how a Zomato, how a Blinkit, how an Indigo Airlines, how an Air India. How are they using these strategies? What are they doing? What is this particular concept, a topic, and how is this company using it? How is a Boat headphones? How is a JBL headphones using it? I don't know. We'll pick up so many companies to understand this. Okay. But before we get into this, a question. When a CEO asks, the AI says profits are down, what do we do? Which of the two options would you choose? Would you choose option A or would you choose option B, my friend? Which of the two options would you choose when the CEO asks you? The CEO is asking you, the AI says profits are down. What do we do? What is going to be your response? You are a chartered accountant. Think about this. You are a finance professional. You are an educated finance professional. What is going to be your answer? Kanchan says A. Aditya says A. Divya says B. Okay. Emin says A. Kambira says A. Nikunj A. Ankita A. Avijit says, I'll go with B. Meenu says A. Nidhi says A. Amit says, wonderful. A. बहुत ही अच्छा. Mujahid says A. Kashish says B. Fantastic. Okay, good. This is what I expected. When I was making this slide, I was expecting this answer. What's the difference between person A and person B? Tell me. Think about this and tell me, my dear friends, what's the difference between person A and person B? There are two types of answers, two types of people, option A and option B. What's the difference between person A and person B? Think and answer. What's the difference between person A and person B? A is thinking financial management, what they're missing and how to utilize that model. Fantastic, Neelu. Person A is analyzing internal environment and the other is analyzing external environment, Divya. Okay. Nikun says person A wants to know the reason of low profits. Person B directly makes changes with comparison to others, not knowing what's wrong with his company. Okay. Person A assures what AI given the result and what do we do in this case, and person B is directly taking action. Okay. Person A is trying to know and make changes in existing strategy. Person B is implementing totally different strategy to implement which will make cost for now. Okay. Are you sure? Okay. Person A is thinking from company side. Person B is thinking what their competitors might be doing. Okay. Question. Everybody who said A, everybody who said A, okay, why do you think, why do you think as a finance professional, as a chartered accountant, you should not say or suggest option B? And I'm very, very happy that most of you are already prepared for strategic management, where you're talking about external analysis, internal analysis, intra company, outside company, competitor analysis. Fantastic. Yeah. This is all we are going to study, and you are prepared. But you're missing one big thing which is there on the screen. And I'll tell you that. Why, as a chartered accountant? Question is simple. Listen to the question before you answer. Why, as a chartered accountant, you should not suggest option B to the CEO? Why do you think, why did you not choose option B as a chartered accountant, as a financial uh, consultant? Why are you not suggesting option B? Yeah, nice. Option B is giving a business opinion to cut the cost so he gets the profit better. Okay, very nice. Very nice. B is says close warehouse and shift subscription based. They are using AI driven logistics which will reduce employment in local area maybe. So why as a chartered accountant or a consultant you cannot give option B? That's the question, my friend. ठीक है वो बंद करने की बात कर रहे हैं. They're saying go and shift. They're asking you to close down. But why can't you suggest option B? Why are you being stuck with option A? Why, as a finance professional, are you stuck with option A? Think and answer. Why did your brain, why did your mindset tell you, oh, हम chartered accountant है, finance consultant है, option A, ये option B तो business की बात है. Option B is a business related suggestion. How can I give? Did you think that? Was your mindset that ki, hey, I'm a chartered accountant, I'm more related to finance. I look at the finance thing. I will not give a business solution. Why did you choose option A and not B? As simple as that. Think and answer, my friend. And it's open to everyone. My friends, it's open to everyone. I want each one of you to answer. Why did you not select option B? Option B helps to use AI model to increase the profits. Okay, good. So hence you did not choose option B. Okay, let me ask you this question. Simple question. The chat is open for you. Think with me and answer. As a CFO, as the CFO, Chief Financial Officer, what is your target? As the CFO, what is your target? Hello, Maithili. Good morning. We're already in Q&A. Join us. Afraid to choose new technology, it will be profitable or not. Okay, but that's the job of a finance expert to evaluate, to achieve the profits, right, Hemen? The target or the task of the CFO is to improve profits, to manage finance, to ensure the company is in best financial position. Aishal, I can see your chat. You're responding to me directly, so I can see your chat. Okay. Assumptions and financial model is vital part of the CA technical skill set. Very good point, Aditya. Profit maximization is CFO, best possible profits, visual, awesome. This is the first slide, or how many slides are completed? So this is first only, actually. Don't worry. You're not very late. To maximize the profits and reduce unwanted expenses. That's exactly what option B is doing. Option B का suggestion is telling you how can you reduce your cost and increase your profits. तो आप लोग ने option A क्यों आंसर किया? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Whenever we think of ourselves as chartered accountants, as finance experts, the brain is wired for technical skills. Oh, financial model देख लेते हैं, cash flow देख लेते हैं, which is great and that is your superpower. Okay. The financial acumen, the technical skill set, my friend, is your superpower. But the world is evolving. The world is evolving, right? Great, Abhijit, you chose option B, but I'm just trying to get you to the point of strategic management and the relation you have as a chartered accountant with this particular concept here. Okay, think about this. The CEO saying AI says profits are down. The technical work, the data management, the data analysis is already done by AI. As we go into the future, when I say future, this is not 100 years. As we go into the future is next month. As because future is AI, right? A lot of uses of artificial intelligence, a lot of data, technical stuff, a lot of research is going to be done by AI. If you, as a chartered accountant, as a finance consultant, is only going to go and recheck assumptions and finance models, AI वो कर रहा है मेरे दोस्त. AI is doing that already. The superpower of a chartered accountant, the technical skill set is being taken care of by AI now. Where would you move? Where should you move your focus now is more towards taking decisions. The power of taking decisions is going to make you the next most sought after professional. You want to charge a 10,000 rupees per hour consultancy, you want to charge a 20,000 rupees per hour consultancy, the power you will have now is decision making. Strategic management helps you take decisions. I want you to have a mindset when we are reading this entire syllabus of strategic management, paper 6B, the mindset you should have is of somebody who has an authority to take decisions. You have the power to change things. You have the power to look at things in a different way and take actions. Have that mindset, my friend. Technical things are going to be taken care of by AI. You cannot, you have that and that will stay. I'm not saying it will entirely go away. It will stay. But the shift or the growth of your mindset should come when you learn to take decisions. This decision making is what we will learn in this entire syllabus of strategic management. Good question, Aditya. The question that every individual has: will our job remain to just taking decisions only in the future and no data entry would remain? Most likely, yes. Aditya, most likely, yes. I can assure you. If not in an year, 2 years, 5 years, maybe let's say after 5 years, a lot of things we do today, we won't be doing at all. We won't be doing it at all. I'll give you an example. Tell me how many of you use a chat GPT or a Claude or Gemini? How many of you are using that for, for your own research, for your studies, for whatever? How many of you are using some kind of an AI tool which is freely available? Okay, Aditya is using, Maithili is using, Karan is using, Gayatri is using. Right? Hemant has raised a hand. Preeti says I am using. Visual says using. Divya is using. Kashish, Bindya, everybody is using. Meenu is using. Gayatri is using. Mohit is using. He's raised his hand as well. See? Now the question then comes is, if you are using AI, why do you think the person you are going to help or consult is not using AI? अब मुझे ये बताओ, just think about it. If you are a consultant and you are using AI, Why do you think somebody who you will go and banto your gyan or you will consult in all honesty, why do you think they are not going to use AI? People are cross-checking everything using AI. So if I as a consultant go and say, hey, let's say, I'll just give you an example that, hey, instead of this, you should use this particular section. This will be more beneficial for your company. You should use this legal term. He says, okay, he makes notes, goes to AI, checks. पहले नहीं कर सकते. Today, y- you as a consultant can be cross-checked live by the client when they use AI. World is changing. The world is changing. What is not changing is they're still seeking you because you are good at taking decisions and suggesting decisions. Okay? That is your superpower, and that is what I want to show. What I also want to show is this picture, my friend. Please remember this picture for the entire strategic management syllabus. There is a difference between a scorekeeper versus a coach. You no longer can just be a scorekeeper. You can no longer just tell people, hey, this is good, this is bad, you're on the right track. No, everybody can do that. The AI will just do scorekeeping. Our role as chartered accountants, our role as professionals is evolving to become a coach. People will always, always, always need a coach. They will need help in setting things right, in telling them what to do, in guiding them. And that is where the job market is shifting. This paper might be just 50 marks at intermediate level. But at final level, this becomes even bigger. It comes in a different name, but the essence remains the same. The future of all of us, all professionals, is about becoming a coach. So how is strategic management syllabus going to help me? How is this particular class going to help me develop that skill? I will help you. We will learn this together. Okay. We are going to learn this important skill of the future together. And strategic management is what any professional in finance needs to do is learn to know what is strategy, what is strategic management, and how decisions need to be taken. As simple as that. Do not just take this subject as a 50-mark theory paper where you want to score a 40 plus with MCQs and descriptive questions. Start learning this subject with this mindset and exams will follow. I will make sure we practice enough questions. I will make sure you know what to write in the exam. I will make sure you know how the exam questions come. But you have to promise that your focus will not be on securing that 50 marks. I want you to focus on broadening your perspective of life. I want you to broaden your brains, think beyond exams, and then we also prepare for exams. The life will not end at exams. The life will start after exams. I want you to prepare for that as well. Are we excited and clear about this, my friend? Very quick vote in the chat. Are you excited? Are you thinking with me? Do you agree with me? Give me a yes, thumbs up, okay, whatever you want to give in the chat, right? So that I know we all are now thinking in the same path. Okay, awesome. Great. Thanks everyone writing a yes with a double S, with a triple S. Gives me a lot of confidence that yes, we all are now thinking in the same flow of things. Strategic management, paper 6B Okay. It's going to transform you into a value partner. Okay. How many of you, okay, let me ask you this. Have you thought of which company do you want to join after becoming a chartered accountant? Just name the company in the chat. Or if you want to start your own practice, you are great. Write that as well. I'll come join you. I'll come help you. Right? But tell me what are you thinking of after you become a chartered accountant? You want to do your practice. You want to join a particular organization. Name that organization. Visual wants to do practice. Fantastic visual. Aditya is targeting for Big Fours. Karan, you want to do your own practice. Awesome. What about others? Own practice. Practice. Great. Want to become business strategist. Wonderful. So Hera is going for the MBBs, the big three consulting. Meg wants to do practice more. Awesome. Mujahid wants to do own practice. Confused, but eventually practice. Fantastic. फिर तो और मजा आएगा आपको. What about others? What do you want to do after you become a chartered accountant? Government employment. He says, my focus is clear. I want to go and serve in the government. Fantastic. Nobody's doing UPSC these days. Stock trading. Amit says, I'm very clear. I will open my laptop 9:15, make 100 crore rupees in a day, and then close the laptop at 3 p.m. Fantastic. Gayatri wants to study more economics. Very good. Now, the question I have for all these people, right? Own business. Very good, Abhijit. Entrepreneur. Shark Tank. Waiting for you in the Shark Tank. People wanting to do own practice. People wanting to go to Big Fours. People want to go to the Big Threes consulting. क्या काम करना है वहां पे? Practice में what kind of work do you want to do? What kind of work excites you about your future employment, be it own practice, whatever your occupation? What kind of work excites you about your future occupation? Does doing a lot of hardcore accounting excites you? It can. Does taxation excite you? Does startup helping startups set up their business excite you? Does a lot of getting into government schemes excite you? Does helping people get into export and import, building their business excite you? What excites you? Compliance, taxation, consulting, analyzing data and taking calculated risk, audit. Okay, fantastic. How would you, law practice, Mehak? Awesome. Consulting, audit, good. How would you want people to look at you when you're in that office? I'm taking you to a one single statement, okay? And I'll reach there. I know I'll reach there, but I want you to reach there with me. How do you want people in your office to look at you? Option A, I'm giving you options, okay? I'm giving you option. Awesome. Like Visual says a professional with a brilliant mind. So Visual, we all wish, right? Option A is you want to be seen as the most technically sound person. You go to this person knows everything about this particular subject. Or you want to be somebody that people say, hey, I can reach out to them for my problems and they always have a solution. What kind of people or what kind of person would you want to be in your office? A or B? A is इनसे कुछ भी पूछो, they know every technical aspect. Great technical guy. Or B is I can go to them with any problem and they always have a solution. Would you want to be, what do you think you want to be, option A or option B? Very good. 90% of the जनता says I want to be option B. क्यों भाई? क्या हो गया? अभी तो everybody was like, oh, I will choose option A, technical, finance है, chartered accountant है. When I was asking you, my dear friends, I asked you this question. Everybody was like, option A, sir, option A. CEO has asked me a question. I will be option A. Option A is a great technically sound guy, my friend. Saying, oh, I will check assumptions. I will go and do a financial model check. When I asked you what kind of answer would you give the CEO, you were giving me a technical answer. Then I asked you what kind of person would you want to be as a professional. You're telling me option B. A आदमी के पास सब solution है. Problem तो मुझे पता है दोस्त. AI says profits are down. Problem I know. I am seeking solutions. And you are going to give me solutions. You understand what I'm trying to say? You're giving me answers of a technical mind, but you want to be a solution finder. 3 slides के अंदर you have changed your mindset. Within the 3 slides, we have shifted towards being a solution finder. Somebody in the corporate world we call as a value partner. You're adding value to the decisions. You're adding value to the overall organization's growth. It allows you to look beyond the numbers to understand competition, the market, the resource optimization. In a world of AI-led human governed finance, strategic management is the human part, my friend. The judgment that algorithms cannot replicate. It's your decision. It's your solution finding ability. AI can give you suggestions. AI can tell you a lot of data, assumptions, and all of that. The real gut, the real judgment still stays with you. And you can only have a great judgment when you know a lot of things. You cannot make a judgment with being unknown to things, right? And that is where you become a value partner, my friend. Somebody who presents solutions. Technical stuff is going to be taken care of. The world is evolving, the computers are evolving, it will happen. We have to become value partners. We have to always have solutions in mind. And that is where, to your question, कि यार ये है तो बड़ा interesting. What this guy on our screen is saying is interesting, but big question in my mind is ये सीखूंगा कैसे? How will I learn this? How will I start thinking of solutions from a business perspective? Okay. How will I start becoming a value partner to the business? Okay. So the syllabus of strategic management, my friend, what we are going to stick to for the next 2 months. Okay. The next 2 months I'm with you. We will prepare ourselves for the future. I'm again telling you exam ho jayega. I will make sure you have everything at your disposal to score maximum. Okay. But we will also talk about our future. We will also talk about our careers, which is beyond exams. We'll do that as well. Okay. So syllabus of strategic management will help you become a value partner, somebody who can take decisions because you understand the business really well. And to do that, we will have chapter 1, which will talk about the introduction to strategic management. What is strategic management? What is management? What is strategy? Hota kya hai? What is this? What is all this? We will learn that. Chapter 2 will talk about external analysis. analyzing everything outside the organization, your competitors, the government, the legal, the economic conditions, war हो रही है जी. West Asia war, Iran, Israel, Russia, US, China, everybody is locked horns. Oil prices are going like anything. LPG is not available. What are we going to do as businesses? External analysis, internal analysis. What is happening inside my organization? What is happening within the business? What is the culture? What is the organization? What is happening with my vendors? What is happening with people, my employees, my customers, my consumers? What is happening with them? What am I doing for them? What are they doing for me? That analysis. Chapter 4 will be about, I know strategic management. I have done analysis of everything outside my organization. I have done the analysis study of everything within my organization. Now is the time to choose the right action. Chapter number 4. Chapter 5 says the action is thought of in chapter 4. You have taken a action decision. Let's go execute it. Let's bring some real execution of those strategic ideas or choices you have made. We need to execute that and then evaluate whether we are doing the right thing, whether we are getting the results or not. The flow of the syllabus is pretty common sense. The basics, the external analysis, the internal analysis, making a choice, executing it, and evaluating whether we are on the right track. Strategic management, my dear friends. On the right, I have put a note, which is question of every student. They're like, सारे chapters important है. Introduction को skip कर दें तो क्या होगा? Small chapter, chapter 1 is always introduction. Should I skip it for exams? Please, you can skip it if you want to lose 10 marks. If you want to lose 15 marks. Do it. Do it. Leave whatever you don't understand, and I can guarantee you will lose marks. Every topic, every chapter has an equal weightage. They're equally important. And you will see this. It's not just because I want you to study, or like every, like particularly every teacher, I would say, no, you should study everything. Everything is important. I challenge you. Okay. Go and look at previous year questions. Go and look at last 5 attempt question papers and come back and tell me कौन से chapter से questions नहीं आए. I will make sure that that chapter should be removed from the syllabus. I can challenge you. Every chapter is being asked from. Every concept is being asked from. Obviously, एक ही exam में सारे नहीं आएंगे, but you never know where the question comes from. So it is important. It's a small book, my friend. Don't get scared. अरे पूरा पढ़ना पड़ेगा. पतली सी book है. It's a small. And most of you have written hobby as a reading. तो reading वाले लोग तो घबराने नहीं चाहिए, right? The others, my friends, it's a small book, and we are here for you. You're not alone. You don't have to read that book yourself. We are here. These classes are free of cost. You just have to be disciplined enough to join me in the mornings. Because I have always believed what you study in the morning stays with you forever. At, especially in the times of Instagram, because रात को तो हम सब phone चला रहे हैं. I can tell you, even me, spending 4-5 hours watching random people doing random things on the internet, and we enjoy that. That is where the time is gone. Subh, I can challenge. I have never seen somebody spending 4 hours in the morning, even though you might be looking at your phone, but you automatically like, nahi, subh subh nahi karna hai. That is the magic of morning. So let's stick to that. Okay. Again, I know it's Sunday morning. Most of you are like, ठीक है, क्या बोल रहे हैं, ठीक है, चलेगा. But quick check of energy before I move to the next one. Are we clear of how this entire subject is to be read? Where are we headed? And are you with me on this, right? If you disagree, if you say no, I'll be very honest. Okay. This class, I'll be very honest with you. If you say no, don't teach us all of this. Just tell me how to go and get 50 out of 50 in my examinations. I will make sure that's how the classes go. It's up to you. Okay. That's why I want this class to be more important. How do you want this class to be, my dear friends? Let's take a quick vote. You want to learn the way I just told you. We talk about careers, we talk about where we headed, we talk about the world, and then we learn about examination. Or you just want to say, tell me how to get 50 marks. Kya chahiye? And that is how the classes will be. Quick vote, my friends. It's your class. You tell me how you want to study. Getting a few votes for option A, real life and exams both. Option A. Okay. Divya, Amit, Bindya, Nidhi, Kashish, everybody says A. All about the world of business as well as examinations. Wonderful. Glad, because that's what excites me as well. I was having my fingers crossed. Bhi mat bol dena. I really want to share experiences of businesses, what I've seen in the industry, what I've learned over the past few years. I wanted to share that, and good, you have given me option A. My heartbeat was 110. पूछ तो लिया मैंने. What if they say option B? Then it'll be such a boring class. But good, we are at option A, and we're going to do that, my friend, for sure. Okay? Absolutely, Mike. I'll make sure you improve the thinking, the knowledge, the way you see at things. I will make sure next time you look at a company, next time you look at an advertisement on your TV or on your Geo Prime or wherever OTT you look at an ad, I will make sure, I will make sure that you think about what strategy is this business using. That is how your brain is going to work. Okay. Yes, Aditya. I'm very active on LinkedIn. And all of you must be as well. It's probably a place where you can build a lot of professional network for your articleship, for your career, for your practice, for everything possible, right? It's a professional social network. It's going to give you a lot of benefit in the future. The earlier you start, the better. Okay, good. Hanji, like I said, had you given me option B, I would have skipped this slide. But now I want you to do this with me, my dear friends. Okay. Mindset is clear. Our mindset is value partner. We are value partners. Or let's say you are my value partners, and my friend, I am a business owner. Okay. Hear me out and warm up your fingers for typing. Okay. I am a business owner, my friend, and you are my highly paid consultant. बहुत पैसे दे रहा हूँ मैं आपको whatever price you are quoting, I am giving you that. You are my highly paid consultant, and I am a business owner. I buy artificial jewelry from local artisans, and I package it and brand it as कारीगर. ठीक है, मेरे ब्रांड का नाम है कारीगर, and I sell it online. ठीक है जी. I buy artificial jewelry from the local artisans. I package it in a brand named Karigar बना दिया मैंने एक brand बना दिया. I made a brand and I sell it online. My current business revenue is 2.7 crore rupees. Okay, my current business revenue 2.7 crore rupees. The number of products I have is 3. 3 products बेचता हूँ. I sell bangle, I sell a necklace, and I sell earrings. Three products I'm selling: bangles, necklaces, and earrings. Okay. The markets I'm covering today are Western India, mostly Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and Gujarat. Okay. The number of employees I have is about 24 people work with me in my business. My profit before interest and tax is about 35 lakh rupees, and my profit after tax is about 22 lakh rupees. Okay. Fantastic. ये तो आंसर ही आ गया. क्वेश्चन तो सुन लो. I want to grow my business to 50 crores in the next 5 years. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 5 साल है मेरे पास. We are in 26. 2.7 crores का business करता हूँ मैं. I do a 2.7 crores का business. I want to grow my business to 50 crores in the next 5 years. You are my highly paid consultant. You are my highly paid consultant. Ask me questions to help me build strategy for my business. I'm not asking you answers. I'm asking you to ask me questions. मेरे से मेरे business के बारे में questions पूछो to help me build a strategy for my business. My friend, before you start shooting your questions, an important thing for your career, for your future is the person who gives the answer is not a good professional. A good professional is a person who asks the right questions. Answer dena is not what a professional is supposed to do. A professional's job is asking the right questions because you already know the answer. I'm not saying giving the answer and knowing the answer are two things. You should know the answer, but your job is asking the right questions. Okay. Hemin has started asking. Hemin is saying, ये बातें बंद करो. I am your consultant. I'm asking you questions. Okay, Hemin. I'm giving you answers. Okay. List out my expenses. Okay. People, you see, 24 people, a lot of salaries. I pay a lot of money to the jewelry guys. I pay online को commission देता हूँ. Online, I sell online, so I give them commissions. Then packaging, logistics. I use the DTDC for my logistics, branding, printing, packaging. बहुत खर्चा है, बहुत खर्चा है. Okay. Which platforms do I sell on? I sell on Myntra, I sell on Meesho, I sell on Amazon. I don't sell on Flipkart. So 3 platforms I sell on. Okay. Can we increase the number of products? You tell me. You are my consultant. I don't have money. I don't have money. What other products should I increase, Gayatri? We can increase, but what do you think? Which product will sell more, or which one? What should we sell more? What is the cost of the product? 20% of my selling price is the cost of my product, Kashish. Okay. Who are my competitors? I don't know. There are like 10,000 people on Myntra. अब सबका नाम तो मुझे नहीं पता. But you tell me, how can I find my competitors, Aishal? You guide me. How should I know who are my competitors? Why are your products restricted to 3? Because that is what I found. I don't know. You tell me, can I do more? Which other product should I do more? Which product is selling in the market more? Oh, earrings are the most selling product. Okay. Current earrings sell the most. To make sale international, what would my expenses on it? I have no clue. You have to help me with that simulation. So it'd be fantastic if we do international. मजा आएगा. I want to do that. But कैसे करें? मतलब you tell me some idea. Where should I start? Highly paid consultant हो भाई. Internal और external environment भी देखना पड़ेगा ना. You tell me, Aishal, you are my consultant. I am paying you. You are highly paid consultant, ma'am. Ma'am, you are my highly paid consultant. You ask me questions. Which is the highest place you sell? Like, what is the ratio? Okay, Myntra is about 50%, 30% is Amazon, 20% is Meesho. Are you open to offline expansion? I can, but कितना पैसा लगेगा? How much money will I need, or which city will I open in? You tell me. You guide me. How should I go about it? Can you improve logistics covering north, east, south markets? I have never tried because the earlier quotations I got were very costly. I don't know, from Gujarat to Kerala, it takes a lot of money. So, or to Karnataka, even it takes a lot of money. So, and even the designs are different, Nikunj. The other parts of the country, a Rajasthani or a Marathi design of jewelry doesn't really sell in Punjab, or let's say in West Bengal, or even for that matter in Orissa or Bihar or Tamil Nadu. Designs ही अलग हैं, तो doesn't really, that is what my analysis was. But you tell me. I can cover more locations, like I said, Kanchan, but again, design problem आ जाती है थोड़ी सी. Which product provides more revenue and which one provides lowest? Oh, like I said, earrings are the maximum. Other two are almost equal. Earrings is like 70% of my business. Which expense should I remove to make more profit? You tell me. You tell me what kind of expense. I want to do every expense here. I am making 22 lakhs on a 2.7 crore. I'm almost making 10% PAT. 10% का पैट है मेरा. ठीक है, अभी स्टार्ट किया बिजनेस, 50 crores पे ले जाना है. Why don't you try rings and bracelets? I don't know. These artisans don't make that. The artisans I know or I am in contact with, they don't make rings and bracelets. Are you planning to enter local market? I'm already in local market. See, three people, three states I'm covering locally. To how do you ensure quality control across artisans to maintain? Okay, so what I do here, good question, Pooja. How do I maintain quality is that give them the designs and they give me one sample, I approve it, then they replicate it. Okay. So they give me one sample, I tell them what to do, what not to do, and then they start replicating it. So I do a quality check of every new design myself. Okay. Are you thinking about covering more markets? Yes, तभी तो 50 crore जाना है. Bindya, I want to grow my business to 50 crores in 5 years. You tell me, should I do more markets or more product? Target audience, mostly girls in the age group of 18 to 35, right? That is my target audience visual. Women in the age group of even 16, right? 16 to 35. At what level your product life cycle is at? I would say very embryonic, very initial. Because designs and jewelry to evergreen hai. Why don't you just keep Amazon and Myntra, and what about on your company's website? No, I don't have a website. Should I exit Misho is what you're saying, Heman. Okay, but why? Artificial jewelry is made from which ingredient? It's mix of a lot of metals, alloys. It's even plastic. The beads sometimes are plastic. So mix of high quality plastic and alloys. My design niche, it matches the interest of which market? Like I said, women 16 to 35, daily wear. That's where my market is. The place where the sales is most, that place you should open offline stores. It's equal between the three cities or three states, Avijit, right? Equally है. सब 30-30-30% पकड़ लो मोटा मोटा. Either wood or glass. I don't know. Artisans would never. My artisans are not good at wood or glass work. Composition of employees. See, 20 people, all of these 20 people are basically working on designs. Four people are managing these people. So they are designers who go to the artisans and they sit there, teach them, tell them the designers, do quality and work with them very closely, getting the raw materials, finding the raw materials. So these 20 people are all operations. Okay. And four people are managing these 20 people across three states. My thoughts on increasing more products, yes, we can do, but which product? कौन सा बढ़ाऊं? Have you ever tried to try all over India or just three states? I don't have money, but I want to now. But I want to now, Heaven. Are you using labor intensive or capital? Labor, totally. Artisans है, local artisans है भाई. कोई machine नहीं है. What are the reviews of my customers? Great question, Bindya. Good. We are reaching there. Ah, nice. What are my reviews of my customers? I have an average of four stars on Myntra from about 3,000 people. Amazon is thoda low. Amazon is like 3.9 stars by 1,000 people. Meesho is about 4.1 with like 700-800 people. So 4 की रेंज में हूँ मैं. 3.9 to 4 की रेंज में मेरी रेटिंग है. बंदे, okay? Is there any customization? No. Where are you advertising? No advertisement. It's only on Myntra, Amazon. If people click, they find out, they do it. I'm not spending money anything on advert. I'm not spending any rupees on advertisement. Then if you're providing design of your own, then why not open a customize option too? It's very costly, Heman. Customization is extremely costly. If somebody says, नहीं मुझे red नहीं green चाहिए, I will have to prepare. I don't have so many people or so many karigars or so many artisans to do that currently. Why your other two products are not selling in the market? Great question, Karan. Karan, now you're reaching the right question. Why are my other two products not selling and why earrings are selling? Karan, I think मेरी जो market है ना, these women in the age group of 16 to 35, because I'm a small brand, they don't want to spend a lot of money on my product. My earrings are about 150 rupees. 100-150 रुपए की earrings बेचता हूँ. Necklaces 4,000, 4,000, 5,000. My bangles are about 700-800 rupees. I feel because I'm a new brand, people don't know me, so they don't want to spend a bigger amount. Though my product is good, my product is not lacking. My product is fantastic, but I think my customers don't have that trust to spend so much money on my product. So they try with 150 100 रुपए का लेके, they try it and then they like it because my rating is about 4 stars. Why restricted to 3 artisans as main source? No, I don't have 3 artisans. I have 3 products. Where did I say I have 3 artisans? I have many artisans, local artisans. Can we operate offline? We can. Because Misho has very low sales, as you said, no need to do this just for 20% sale. Why not? I should grow them. अरे ये कैसी बात कर दी है मैंने? I can counter you as a business owner. Dude, I want to go from a 2.7 crores, sorry. I want to go from a 2.7 crores to 50 crores. If I close down Misho, मैं तो revenue कम हो जाएगा. I want to grow my revenue, दोस्त. I'm saying I want to go 20 times. 20 गुना business बनाना, आप कह रहे हो Misho से exit कर जाओ. Any competitor around you, if the competitor is earning more than you, I don't know, I'm online. I've never done that analysis, but good, we should do that. Are you have any company operation business segment for making designs only? No, I am the only person doing that. How much your BOD are withdrawing? Are they leaving funds enough for further growth? No, I have no funds for growth. What are your marketing spend? Zero, Kashish. पैसे नहीं खर्चता marketing. जो है mouth publicity से. Are you focusing on luxury, affordable, everyday wear? Monthly website traffic? Hey, nahi, I don't have a website. You should go to the local market for every state and understand. I'm not asking solutions. Visual, we'll come to the solutions. I'm asking you to ask me questions. You're giving me a solution. A good consultant doesn't give a solution so early. Your customers' repetition? Very few. Almost everybody is always new. How are you managing your order returns? Full cost. वो वापस आ जाता है, पूरा पैसा खर्च हो जाता है. I'm not able to manage that because they just send it back and I don't know what to do with that. For wide area, need to design jewelry according to it. Okay, so you're selling through e-com. How you're saying only 3 states instead of e-com? Because this is where my revenue is coming from. I am online, but मेरे लोग यहीं से खरीद रहे हैं और कहीं से लोग ही नहीं ले रहे ना. I am online, but these are the 3 states I'm able to cover. These are the 3 markets I'm able to cover even when I'm online, right? How do I increase my coverage all over India? I'm online for a reason. I want to be pan India, but I'm not able to. Why are you not on Flipkart? They charge a lot of money. That is what my analysis is. Maybe competitors say we can check. If you have any cooperation business, then how many employees work there? I don't have a cooperation business. Why would you say your company targets only low spenders? Because it's artificial jewelry and that is where the market is. Are my employees happy? I think so. They look happy to me. Need to start your own app. I checked that it takes about 15 lakh rupees to make an app, Minu. How will I fund it? Integrate on Flipkart also. Okay, I can try. You're giving me solutions, my friend. Question kahan hai? Why don't you try an advertisement for necklaces? Okay, we can try advertisement. बट अगेन सोल्यूशन है ये, क्वेश्चन थोड़ी ना। Advertise your products using influencers. Okay, again, guys, don't give me solutions. I'm asking you to ask questions. See, यही है, यही है हमारी दिक्कत, आगे ना आंसर्स देने पे। I said a good professional does not give answers. A good professional is good at asking questions, but the inherent intelligent ego of our brains, अरे मैं बताता हूँ क्या करो, इनको कुछ आ ही नहीं रहा, तो बिजनेस ही नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, मैं बताता हूँ। See, that's why I put a meme. You know, why do you think I've put this meme on the bottom of the page? मैं बताता हूँ आपको, मैं बताता हूँ आप, मुझे सब आता है। That's what is the problem with us. We don't want to understand the business. We just want to tell them, अरे ये कर लो ना, ये हो जाएगा. Dude, I'm doing a 3 crore business. Okay. I am doing a 3 crore rupees business and taking home every year 22 lakh rupees. I'm still ahead of you. Think about this. My friend, think about this, okay? 3 करोड़ का धंधा कर रहा है ये आदमी. I'm not saying me, but who is doing this business? They know their business. They have reached this stage. They know their business. Our job is to ask questions so that they can think, which you're doing great, which you're doing absolutely fantastic job, my friends. Big congratulations. Fantastic questions. But don't give me solutions right now. I'm not asking solutions, okay? कि मुझे कहाँ एडवर्टाइज करना है या कहाँ जाना है. Ask me questions, दोस्त. This is real business understanding of strategic management. I'll come to it. Profit percentage you want to gain. Great questions, Ira. Today I am about like 8-9% पे हूँ अभी. I want to take this when I'm 50 crores. I want to take this to about 15%. 15% का profit तो चाहिए मुझे. Have you checked the competitors? No, I'm not able to do that. Price point I know online, very similar. Everybody has the same price. Online सब कुछ possible है. Am I able to cover my variable costs and fixed costs? Yes, that's why I have a profit after tax, my friend. I'm not a loss-making business like most of the startups. I am profitable. To grow your business, you must increase the product expansion. Answer दे दिया Abhijit. How do you maintain the cost at the time of any Mahasale discounts, etc. If any? Oh, that is platform led. I don't have to pay a discount. The platform does that and they charge money from me. So that's very automated. I don't have to worry about that, Divya. That's why they charge money, na? These Mishos and the Mintras of the world, they're charging money from me and they manage the pricing during sales. That's okay. Are there repeated customers? Very few. How many partners in the company? None. I'm the only one. My gross margin is about like 60%. Are you able to cover your variable? Already answered. Need to hire actor model. Answer दे दिया. Why you don't involve intermediaries to reach more customers? Profit कम हो जाएगा. I'm already at 7-8%. If they take away 6-7% from me, Tamanna, 6-7% अगर intermediary starts taking from me, I will not make any money. Have you done your SWOT analysis? No. Can we try variation or designs in product for materials already available? We can. How much stock do I have? Oh, big, huge stock. That's the problem. I have about 6 months ka stock, which is a problem for me. Right? Okay, good. That was all the questions I have on the chat. And let's take a pause here. Let's take a pause here, my friend. Okay. चलो 100 crores कर लेते हैं. Okay, if my target was कि ठीक है यार, let's do a 25x or 20x करते हैं business को in 5 years. If you think I have more potential, thank you so much. We can do more as well from a 50 crores. But let's take a pause here, my friends. Let's stop thinking for a while. Let's stop thinking for a while. And now consolidate our thoughts. Okay. Let's bring all our thoughts together and stop typing, stop thinking about anything else. When you were thinking of asking questions about my business, when you were thinking about what questions should I ask this business person to help him grow his business from a 2.7 crores to a 50 crores. I asked questions from topics. I'll tell you what kind of topics you asked me. You asked me the channels. Where am I selling? What is my product? Do people like my product? You talked about my product. You talked about where do I sell? You talked about my pricing. You talked about my promotion. You talked about my employees. You talked about me. What do I do? You talked about my margins. You talked about my costs, my variable costs, my fixed costs. Can I do more? Who does the design? Who does that? You asked me the processes. You talked to me about who does what in your company, right? You talked about why just 3 states, why not pan India? You talked about online. You talked about why only these 3 platforms and not more platforms. What about my competition? Do I know my competition? Have I done a SWOT analysis? Have I thought about this? Have I thought about that? I just want to first say a big thank you to all of you. Why? Because we just did strategic management ka entire syllabus in the last 20 minutes, my friend. What you're going to study, what you're going to study in this entire syllabus is this. Answers to all these questions that your brain, that your mind threw at me. The answer to all these questions is strategic management. कहाँ बेचेंगे? कितना बेचेंगे? To whom will I sell at what price? Where? How? When? Who? All these questions are strategic management, my friend. The question was, why 50 crores? Why is your vision 50 crores? We talked about vision also. I want to grow my business to 50 crores. Bhai, vision hai mera. This is my vision. I want to grow my business 20x in 5 years. I want to grow my profitability to a 15%. What you have done here, my friend, is you have just turned yourself from a technically sound professional to a value partner. Now think about this. If you are actually asking these questions, if you're actually having these conversations with somebody, are they going to think of you as a finance expert, or are they going to think about you as a value partner who is interested in helping me grow my business? That is where magic happens, in asking the right questions, my dear friend. And that is what we are learning today. And that's what we will keep learning in strategic management, is asking the right questions. What you did here is this. What you just did yourself. I did not teach you anything. मैंने अभी तो शुरू भी नहीं किया है syllabus. I have not even started teaching, my dear friend. And what you've done is, first, you wanted to understand about my business, the inherent clarity on मैं क्या करता हूँ, where am I headed, why am I doing this business. That's what you wanted to learn. Then you wanted to learn about the industry. You wanted to learn about कंपटीटर क्या करता है, बाहर क्या हो रहा है, प्राइसिंग क्या है, यही क्यों कर रहे हैं, यही प्रोडक्ट क्यों है, ऐसे क्यों है, वैसे क्यों है. यू वांटेड टू लर्न अबाउट दिस आर्टिफिशियल इन ज्वेलरी इंडस्ट्री. योर ब्रेन वाज सेइंग आर्टिफिशियल इंडस्ट्री से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस पूछता हूँ. Then you were asking me questions about my business. You learn about them, you learn about the business. You were asking me, what is your price point? Where do you sell? What do you do? What do your employees do? Are they happy? What kind of business are they doing? Why not more designs? Why not South India? Why not East India? Why only West India? What is this? What is that? You wanted to learn about me. And then you automatically started giving me options. You automatically started brainstorming. Advertisement कराओ, influencer marketing कराओ, social media पे जाओ, expand offline, go to city, start selling more product, exit from Meesho, more on Myntra. Started brainstorming options with me. ऐसा कर लो, वैसा कर लो, ऐसा कर लो. These are strategic options. And then finally, when we would have done that, the actual execution would have happened, right? Abhi, we were just thinking about formulation of a strategy. And then finally, we would have put that into action. My friend, 5 chapters, yahi karna hai. Learning about the intent, the business, the industry. Chapter 2 is external analysis. That is the main industry beyond your business, what is happening. Chapter number 3, internal analysis. Know them. That is what you were doing. You were helping me make strategic choices. यहाँ से exit कर लो, यहाँ advertisement कर लो, make more designs, do a mix of products, go to wood, make glass jewelry, make wood jewelry. Product development, market penetration, market development, diversification, retrenchment, competitor analysis, BCG analysis. सब पढ़ेंगे. That is what you were telling me. Number 5 is all about implementation, which we will learn when we reach chapter 5. So what you did is the first 4 chapters already, my friend. पहले 4 chapter आपने कर लिए हैं. Wow. मतलब, will I get 50 out of 50 in my exams? Oh, yes, 100%. Because now you have clarity of what this subject is. You have clarity of what this subject is going to teach you. Okay, good. Now let me shift the gears to a more exam-oriented preparation. We're going to do both. I told you. It's going to be the career, the professional you are, but also exams. क्योंकि professional तो तभी बनूंगा ना जब exam clear होंगे, right? I will become a value partner only when I clear my examinations. तो exam भी clear करना है, obviously. What you have on your screen are the resources that are available to you for your preparation for examinations of strategic management. And number 1 is study material. Non-negotiable for preparation, my friend. Non-negotiable. इसको अगर आपने skip कर दिया, if you skip reading the study material, I can't save you. Let me be honest. I cannot save you. You will not do very well in examinations if you skip reading the study material. I would cover most of the study material in the classes, or faculties will be covering most of the material in the classes. But obviously, we cannot read every topic with you. So you have to go and read small chapters, very simple chapters. Please don't skip study material. Number 2, Saransh. There's a booklet called Saransh, which is only for quick revision of concepts. Everything is available on the BOS website. सब कुछ वहां पे है. कुछ खरीदना नहीं है. सब कुछ वहां पे है. Okay. Saransh, only for quick revision of concepts. Don't bank on Saransh for you to clear your examinations. नहीं करवाएगी. It will only help you for quick revision of concepts. Ki, haan, there was this concept. I remember this concept. It's a quick gist of the concepts with small explanation for you to revise during revision. Not today, not right now. Only when you revision. Suggested answers number 3. Go and I'll do all of this. Let me tell you. मैं सब कुछ आपको करवाऊंगा, साथ में करेंगे. Not everything in terms of within this, but I'll still show you everything. I'll still practice with you everything, but obviously self-study, self-practice will help you the most. Suggested answers. They help you learn to write answers, how you should write an answer. Suggested answers. Mock test papers. They will help you test your time management. Revision test papers to test your preparation, how well you're prepared. Revision test papers. Mock test papers will help you with the time management piece, which is most critical. The MCQ portal, practice makes a person perfect. Go and practice. Case scenario booklet, hundreds of cases there. Go and practice. The LVC you are right now. Then you have LVRCs and you have BOS for Success webinars. These are live interaction with faculties for doubts and Q&A. One like we are in right now, the LVC. All these resources, imagine the kind of effort the institute has already put. It's all available free of cost there. Study material, suggested answers, case scenario booklet, LVCs, LVRCs, VOS for Success. All you have to do is dedicate yourself. All you have to do is discipline yourself. All you have to do is be excited about your future. I can tell you this particular degree, this particular profession is absolutely worth it. इससे ज़्यादा I can't motivate you. It's worth everything you are giving it. It is worth everything, right? It's tough, it's competitive, it's not for the weak-hearted, but it rewards you like anything. Okay? So trust me when I say that. There's another meme, no? Trust me, bro, trust me. That's what I'm saying. Trust me, bro. It will change a lot of things for you. So focus, discipline, a few months, a few years, you will not even remember. I can tell you, I used to be so scared. I used to be so anxious when I was preparing for examinations. You should have seen me. I lost about 10, 15 kgs. I was so thin when I was preparing because I was very scared always. हर कोई होता है. Everybody has their own way of studying. But I don't even remember those days now. Because life changes after this. Okay, it completely changes after this, and you don't even remember those days. So just focus on that thing कि भाई things will change for the best. You have the resources. You have me for this subject. You have so many esteemed faculties for all your subjects in LVCs, LVRCs. Great people, great set of individuals, great set of professionals helping you, guiding you, right? Use them. I would say use them. Use this as a platform and take that leap. Okay. You have everything available from our side. Use it. देखो, पहली बार in the history of your life, you would have seen somebody telling me, use me, right? It's funny, but I'm telling you, use me. Okay. What I'll do now, my friend, is 8:23. I know it's been a heavy class. I know it's been too much of a starter pack. It's been a starting engine for us. I'll take a pause here. We'll take a break here for you. Okay. I know it's Sunday morning, 7 a.m., 6:30. You would have woken up, started your system, whatever. What we'll do now is 8:24 almost. Let's take a 10 minutes break. Come back by 8:35. Let's be back by 8:35. And let's start with our chapter number 1. Let's start with chapter number 1. And once I'm back, you rate how you're feeling. Okay. How you're feeling with the class, how high you're on energy. Let's be back. Take a 10 minutes break, freshen up, get something to drink, wash your face, and I'll see you at 8:35 in 10 minutes, my friend. Okay. See you in 10 minutes. Take a break. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Join back as well. If you're back, give me a yes. Okay, we are back in the chat so that I know you're back as well if you can hear my voice. And then we start with our chapter number 1. All right, thanks, Visual. You're back. Karan is back. Binder is back. Amit is back. Great. Divya, Heaven. Good. Kanchan is back as well. Kashish is back. Awesome. Mohit, Tamanna. Great. Okay. Now, most of you are back while others join in as well. Let's start with our exam preparation with chapter number 1. Okay. Introduction to Strategic Management, my friend. Chapter 1 is about understanding the basics of strategic management. What are we going to study in chapter 1? We are going to study about the meaning and nature of strategic management. We're going to study what is strategy. We're going to talk about the importance and limitations of strategic management. We're going to talk about strategic intent, the vision, the mission, the goals, the objectives, the value systems that a company has. And finally, we will talk about the strategic levels in an organization, the corporate level, the business level, and the functional level. So we will talk about all these things in chapter number 1, which is Introduction to Strategic Management. I will keep asking a lot of questions. You should keep asking a lot of questions as we get through all these concepts of introduction. Okay. Now, management. Strategy plus management is strategic management. Strategy plus management. Strategic management. Now, what is management? Management क्या होता है? Management has two meanings. Okay, my friend. Management has two meanings. One, it's the key group of people who are in charge of decision making are called management. Also, management is used as a reference to a set of interrelated processes carried out by the management of the organization. So, which means, no, POSDC is not management. We'll come to that. Business Studies class 11th, yaad aa gaya Divya, right? Management has two meanings, my friend. One is the key group of people who take decisions are called management. And the set of processes, the set of interrelated activities is also called management. ये तो थोड़ा इंसेप्शन सा नहीं हो गया? So management does what? Management does management. ये क्या बात हुई? So basically, अगर आप ऐसे समझें, management is an influence process. Management is an influence process to make things happen. Okay. Now, it is a command over the phenomenon to induce and direct events and people in a particular manner. नहीं समझ आया क्या होता है मैनेजमेंट? देखिए, this is the bookish language. थोड़ा सा keywords you have to remember. What is the keyword here is management is an influence process. I have put it in bold for you. Management is an influence process to make things happen. It is about directing events, people, resources in the desired direction. Who will do what? Where will we spend money? What will we do? That is management. Management is also the key group of people who take decisions. These decisions are also called management. Management का मतलब है managing everything. That is management. Okay. Management is an influence process where you influence decisions, where you influence people, where you influence resources in a particular direction. That is called management. Okay. That is called management. But then what is strategic management? If this is management, then what is strategic management? Now, strategic management is set of activities that the firm managers undertake to put the firm's interests in the best possible position and compete successfully in the marketplace. Matlab, strategic management is a set of activities. What activities? Activities like developing the firm's vision and mission, chapter 1. Strategic analysis, developing objectives, chapter 2 and 3. Creating, choosing and implementing strategies, chapter 4. Measuring and evaluating performance, chapter 5. Strategic management is a set of activities to put the interests of the organization for complete success. These activities include developing the vision and mission, strategic analysis, choosing and implementing the right strategies, measuring and evaluating performance. What is management? Management is managing everything, an influence process of deciding of managing people, managing resources, managing money, managing the company. Every single activity is about management. But strategic management is a focused set of activities which helps in doing this for companies' success. So management is a broader concept. Strategic management is very specified set of activities related to developing vision and mission, developing objectives and strategic analysis, creating, choosing and implementing strategies, and measuring and evaluating performance. Okay, ठीक है. What is the difference between vision and mission? Avijit will come to that. That's a separate topic. After this, hold that question. I'll solve that once and for all for you. आपको जिंदगी भर याद रहेगा विजन और मिशन का डिफरेंस क्या है. We'll come to that. Management समझ आया? Are you clear on management? Are you clear on management? Yes. Are you clear on strategic management? Okay, good. You just give me 1 second, please. You're clear on management. You're clear on strategic management. Awesome. Now, क्वेश्चन आता है मैनेजमेंट समझ आया, स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट भी समझ आया, बट देन व्हाट इज दिस स्ट्रेटेजी? इस स्ट्रेटेजिक में स्ट्रेटेजी वर्ड क्या है? व्हाट इज दिस वर्ड स्ट्रेटेजी इन स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट? Management is every activity influencing process. Okay. Strategic management is set of activities which put the interest of the company at the forefront for the success of the organization. These activities include creating a vision mission, creating doing a strategic analysis, creating and implementing a strategy, evaluating the performance. ठीक है जी. Strategy क्या होता है? Strategy क्या होता है? Strategy can be defined as a long-range blueprint of the desired. ये वाले keywords, long-range blueprint is the keyword for strategy. Strategy is a long-range blueprint of an organization's image, its direction, its destination, what it wants to be, what it wants to achieve, what it wants to do, how it wants to do things, and where it wants to go. Strategy is a long-range blueprint. It's a plan. Strategy is a plan, but very clearly defined plan is called strategy. Strategy is nothing but a plan. एक plan है. But वो plan इतना specific है. That plan is so specific. That plan is so clearly defined. That plan is so structured. It is called a strategy. A plan with a very clear structure, very clear end goal, very clear definition of who does what, when, how is a strategy. Is a strategy. So when you club these together, You club all these together that I have a clear plan, what, when, how, and I have to manage all these activities. They come together to form strategic management, which are those activities which are basically all the 5 chapters that we are going to study. So strategy plus management is strategic management. Management of your clear plan of success is strategic management. Managing your entire clear plan of execution is your strategic management. That's as simple as you can understand it. Okay. Now, what you can also think about this strategy is it's not just a long range blueprint, but it also it is also a plan which helps you decide how to respond to the ever changing environment through through ways and means while you still are achieving your vision, mission, and ultimate objectives. So strategy is, if this happens, well, this is what I'll do. If that happens, that is what I'll do. This is happening, that is why I'm doing this. Coming back to the same questions you were asking me, you should go and hire some influencers to increase your market. You were giving me a strategy. You were giving me a strategy. Okay. You were giving me a plan for success. You were telling me what to do because things are changing. You told me, hey, go and start your jewelry of wood and glass. You were giving me a strategy. You were not doing strategic management. You were giving me a strategy only. A clear plan you thought would help me succeed in achieving my vision, the ultimate objective. You were giving me a plan of how or what should I do to achieve my vision, to achieve my ultimate objective. That was the strategy you were telling me. Get out of Meesho, only focus on Myntra and Amazon. Okay, that was a strategy. Go offline, open stores in these cities. That was a strategy. That was not strategic management, that was strategy. Strategic management is everything, including strategy. Strategic management was, hey, let's go offline. स्ट्रैटेजी है. ऑफलाइन जाने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा, क्या प्रोडक्ट्स लाने पड़ेंगे, where will the shop be, what kind of shop will it be, what is it, rental, is it this, कितनी बड़ी होगी, what products will we sell, who will sit there, how much cost. Managing all of this is strategic management. Strategy is part of strategic management. ये plan है. उस plan के around all the activities of thinking, solving, formulating, executing is strategic management. I should study 10 hours. I will study 10 hours for preparation of my chartered accountancy exam. Great strategy. Great strategy. For that, मुझे क्या क्या चाहिए? What will I do? I will uninstall Instagram. I will uninstall YouTube. I will go and play outside with my friends only for 1 hour. I will not go for random scooty rides, right? I will eat healthy. I'll sleep on time. I'll not watch a lot of movies. I will do this. I will do that. This is what I want to do. Who will do what? When? How? सब strategic management है. Strategy क्या है? 10 घंटे पढ़ना. I want to study 10 hours. That's your strategy. How you manage everything around this strategy is strategic management. Everything that can take you off your strategy, usko manage karna. Managing everything around this strategy is strategic management, which is including developing a vision, a mission, solving for what is happening outside, what is happening within me, what are my options available, and how do I execute. I want to 10 hours. My external analysis is people around me are distracting me. My family keeps asking me to join them for occasions. They keep making a lot of noise here and there. Maybe I should go to a library and read. External analysis, karo, the environment is not very suitable. Maybe, I don't know. Internal analysis, I am very distracted, very low on confidence. I need more motivation. I want some guidance. I want a mentor. Internal analysis. Strategic options, what are my options available? Options are: one, I find a mentor in my office, in my college, in my neighborhood. Maybe somebody is a chartered accountant, a freshly graduated chartered accountant. I should go and talk to them in my society, in near my house. These are strategic options. Going and talking to them is execution. So your strategy is very clear कि अब 10 घंटे पढ़ना है. Managing all of this around this strategy is strategic management. That is how you understand the concept of strategy, management, and strategic management. Okay? Very good. Very good. और simple बनाते हैं इसको. और simple बनाते हैं. Let's say we all are starting a sneakers brand and let's call it Prox. Okay? Professional experience. Prox. Let's call it Prox. And this is a sneakers brand. Okay? Now, this sneakers brand, who are we? Let's say you and me are starting this brand. We are the founders. We are the owners of this company. So who are we? We are the people who take decisions. We are management. The key people who take decisions are called management. So you and me are management. What do? We take decisions about everything around our business. The sneakers brand Prox. You and me are founders. We are management. What do? We take decisions about everything. So what do we actually do? We manage. We take decisions, we manage the business. Everything related to my business is we are managing. We are management. We are managing everything. What do we manage? We decide how to win with our products, price, people, profits, place, promotion, right? We manage all these things. We manage the product, the price, place, promotion, people, profits. So what do we exactly do? We do strategic management. We do strategic management. And what are these decisions related to people, related to product, related to pricing, related to where should I sell, what should I sell? What are these decisions called? These decisions are called strategy. What is my pricing strategy? क्लिक कर रहे प्राइसिंग स्ट्रैटेजी क्या होता है. What is my people strategy? What is my product strategy? सुना होगा. You would have heard about what is your pricing strategy. The word they're using is strategy, which means what is your decision on your pricing? Are you going to sell cheaper? Are you going to sell costly? Are you going to meet competition? Are you going to be higher than competition? Are you going to be lower than competition? These decisions are called strategy, and these decisions are around every single activity. So these decisions are called strategies. Managing means from thinking to execution to evaluation. सिर्फ सोचना strategic management नहीं है. Only formulation, only thinking of a plan is not strategic management. That is only strategy. Executing it, putting action in it, and then evaluating whether it is working or not. That is strategic management. Sirf thinking is strategy. Working on that strategy and checking if it's working or not is strategic management. Management is the key people taking decisions, and doing everything in the business is management. Okay. Are we clear? I'll take a pause. Any questions, any confusions? Guys, this is your class. Feel free to ask questions. This is not, I'm not giving a parvachan, it's a communication. समझ आ रहा है? Give me a yes, understood, clear, can write an answer in the examination. You're still confused? Ask. Clear visual? Awesome. Gayatri says clear. Good. Clear and understood, Mohit. Very good. Guys, if you're still confused, please ask. Your friends have understood, which is great, and really appreciate that. But don't, again, people who have not understood, do not get bogged down. It's for everyone. Maybe you understand this concept. Tomorrow you don't understand any concept. Please do not hesitate. This is your class. Okay. But good that everybody is understood. So I won't push you ki nahi, nahi, pucho hi pucho. If you're not, my message is clear. Do not hesitate, please. Okay. Fantastic. Let's talk about strategy a little more. So two people, very famous strategists, Iger H. Ansoff and William F. Gluck, two very well-educated strategists, gave two definitions of strategy. अपने अपने तरीके से, they've given a definition for strategy. Remember the names: Iger H. Ansoff, William F. Gluck. कभी-कभी MCQ में आ जाता है. Not the name, but the definition. There is some reference to this name. So just remember a little bit, okay? Ansoff, Gluck, okay? No problem, Visual. That's a topic where what we do in chapter number 1, okay? When so difference between business level, functional level, corporate level अभी आना है. किस बात की जल्दी है? I'm here with you. We'll complete the entire syllabus. The topic is there in chapter 1, which we will read as we go through the chapter, okay? Okay, we have a thought from Divya. She says, clearing CA inter is our strategy, making effective routine and following it is management. Is it strategic management combinedly? Yes, absolutely, Divya. The strategic management is, what is your vision becoming a chartered accountant? What is your mission? Your mission is to get a rank. Why not? Your vision is becoming a chartered accountant. Your mission is getting a rank. Your goal is to study for 10 hours. Your objective is you have to study for 10 hours today, right? And executing all of this, making sure your external, your internal environment, everything around you is managed really well to achieve this particular objective, goal, mission, vision that you have is strategic management. Okay, great. Igor H. Ansoff, William F. Gluck. Ansoff जी कहते हैं, the common thread among organizations' activities and product markets that defines the essential nature of business that the organization has or planned to be in the future. A common thread among the organization's activities and product markets that defines the essential nature of business that the organization has. That's called strategy. Strategy tells you kahan ja raha hai business. It's a common thread between the activities, like we said. My pricing strategy, my people strategy. It's a common thread amongst organizations' activities that defines the nature of the business. Oh, this is a premium company. Is this a cheap company? The strategy defines that, my friend. The strategy, every kind of strategy defines that. Example दूं एक. Example देते हैं आपको समझ आ जाएगा. The essential nature of the business is defined by the common thread of organization's activities. Okay. Now, there is a company. They pay salary to their employees 1 month delayed. एक महीने delay चलती है salary. Think about this. So if there's a company which pays salary 1 month delayed to their employees, their product, because the company strategy is, oh, we will have more money to spend. So we are probably the cash flow management. We'll have more working capital. If we delay salaries by 1 month, we will have more working capital for ourselves. That's the strategy of the company. The second strategy of this company is we will probably use low quality raw material, but package it in a very good box. Very low quality product, but package it in a very good box and sell it to the customers. Strategy है, product strategy है. ठीक है, product strategy. Then they have this financial management strategy that I will pay salaries 1 month delayed to manage my working capital. It's a strategy. It's a common thread of organizations' activities. What is it telling you about the essential nature of the business? आपको क्या पता चल रहा है इस business के बारे में? Reading its strategies, the way it manages its activities, it's thinking about activities, the strategy, the decisions, the way it is taking decisions about these things like salaries, like product, like packaging. What is the essential nature of the business? What do you think? What's the essential nature of this business? What is the essential nature of this business? The chat is open for you to comment on this business. The essential nature of the business. The essential nature of the business is they are very poor in terms of managing people. They are not very dedicated. They're not very ethical. They're not very, I would say, good in terms of managing things. These are poor decisions. These are bad decisions. So the essential nature of the business is revealed by the strategy. The essential nature of the business is revealed by such strategies. Now, William F. Gluck, the other guy, defines strategy as a unified, comprehensive, and integrated plan. Like I was telling you, it's a plan which is very well structured, very clear, defines what is to be done, when and how and who. So a unified, comprehensive and integrated plan designed to assure that the basic objectives of the enterprise are achieved. That, my friend, is a strategy. A unified, comprehensive and integrated plan designed to assure that the objectives of the enterprise are achieved. William F. Gluck. The same thing I was telling you, a plan which is clear, which is unified, comprehensive, very well defined, and integrated. Processes, activities are talking to each other. And that is what a great strategy or a strategy is, by William F. Gluck. Okay. Now, आते हैं एक very interesting topic पे. सब समझ आया, strategic management समझ आ गया, the definition is clear, the 5 chapters, those are the activities we do in strategic management, very good. अभी भी थोड़ा सा I feel there is confusion on what is a strategy. We are still confused on the fact that what is a strategy. Let's read some questions. You guys can see my screen, yes? Can you give me a yes in the chat, please? I hope you can see my screen. Oh, awesome. Okay, perfect. Now, here are some examples. Perfect. Thanks everyone for writing a yes in the chat. You can see. All right. The examples of strategy. Strategy क्या होता है? क्या strategy है? अब समझिए strategy क्या है. Let's look at first one. Instead of just being a middleman for other shops, Zomato's Blinkit now buys and stores its own products like milk, electronics, and snacks in over 2,000 mini warehouses called dark stores. Now, by owning the stock themselves, they make more profit on every chocolate bar or phone charger delivered in 10 minutes. So their strategy was have your own warehouses. Make your own warehouses so that you are not dependent on the shopkeepers. Question to you, my friend. This is a strategy they implemented, but related to this strategy, what do you think? Related to this strategy, what do you think would be strategic management? Related to this strategy, you tell me what would be strategic management. Strategy simple है. Don't be dependent on the shopkeeper, have your own warehouses. Don't be dependent on the shopkeepers, have your own warehouses. The strategic management around this strategy will be external analysis, internal analysis, strategic choices, implementation, and evaluation. The external analysis of what are the legalities, what is the economic condition, what is the real estate condition, what is the legal things we need to take care of, from a food safety license to a shop license to a GST number to a transportation, right? The external analysis, the economic, the political, the technological, right? I have to, from an internal perspective, think about my resources, the money I have, the funding that I have, the kind of people I have. Do I have the capacity to go full online stock management? Can I internally do that? That is internal analysis. Number three. Number three is basically Number three is understanding what choices do I have, right? Strategic choices in terms of, do I expand in this city, this state, how fast, when, and how? These are the choices available this way or that way, right? And finally, executing that, building 2000 warehouses, executing that. That is basically your strategic management around this strategy. So your strategy can be as simple as this plan ki from being dependent on shopkeepers, we go to 2000 mini warehouses. How do you develop everything around it from an external analysis, internal analysis, execution to evaluation? That is strategic management. The management of your strategy, the management, doing everything around your strategy to make it a success is strategic management in 5 steps. Okay, which are our 5 chapters. Number 2 example of strategy. Most airlines use many different types of planes, which is expensive. You can have a Boeing 737, you can have an Airbus, you can have a different model, A320, A330, A320neo, A320E, you can have an Airbus A380, you can have a double-decker plane, a single long elongated plane, you can have multiple engines, dual engines, big engine, small engine. There are different types of planes which are expensive. Now, Indigo decided to only have one type of aircraft. आप देखोगे Indigo में एक ही plane है, Airbus A380. They just buy one type of aircraft, which makes their negotiation with their vendors really, really strong. So what they go and tell Airbus is, hey, I want to buy 700, 800 aircrafts, the same model. No customization, no nothing. आप मेरे को एक जैसे 800 planes दीजिए. Then they start playing on the price because I am not asking a lot from you. You bring down the prices. No customization. एक में बड़ा engine, छोटा engine. No. 800 planes, exactly the same. It makes it cheaper. It becomes better to keep spare parts, fix engines. Now, if I have a set of engineers, every plane is same. So I don't have to have different engineers for different planes. I can keep the spare parts and they can be used for the same aircraft. That is their strategy. That is their strategy, my friend, to bring down their cost so that they can bring down the prices of your flight tickets. Strategy hai. Instead of just selling other brands like a Nike or a Levi's, Myntra created its own brands like a Roadster and HRX. You go and buy Roadster and HRX. They are Myntra created brands. Because they own these brands, they don't have to pay a middle manager or middleman or middle cuts to different companies or vendors, which allows them to make much higher profits while keeping the clothes trendy and affordable for the shoppers. That's a strategy. Unlike most supermarkets that pay huge monthly rental for their facilities, DMart buys the land and buildings for its stores. So by not paying the rent, they save a massive amount of money every month, and they pass these savings directly to the customers by offering permanent discounts on groceries. That's a strategy. That's a strategy. And managing this strategy, the execution, the thought, the internal analysis, the external analysis, the execution and evaluation of this strategy is strategic management. Are we clear, my friends? Are we clear on this? A very quick yes, no questions. Awesome. Some real life business examples. These businesses are doing that exactly. This is like a real life example. Very good. Very happy it's clear. Okay. Read what's on your screen and then read the meme. That is where I'm taking you in understanding this concept. Managing these strategies end to end from inception of the idea to analyzing the external and internal factors, to choosing the right organizational structure and processes, to finally executing and evaluating results is strategic management. End to end, from inception till evaluation of results, is strategic management. Almost 9:15 in my clock. What I want to do now, my friend, is I'll stop here. Almost 2 hours of continuously me speaking. I want to spend the next 15 minutes all to yourself. I want to open the forum for your questions, for your doubts, for your thoughts. Okay? We'll stop here. We'll stop here for today. I think you have a lot of things to think about strategic management. From next weekend onwards, we continue this. We continue this journey every weekend morning. We continue this journey. Do not lower your excitement. Do not lower your energy, but keep reading the study material. Come back with questions. Read the material. Come back with questions. Let's have a discussion. Right? Let's talk more about these topics. Let's learn more together. Maybe you bring some interesting example, what you read, what you saw, and that can really help the entire class do that. What I'll do now is I'll stop the share, my friend, and I'll open the forum. I will open the forum for questions and answers. You can raise your hand. You want to speak up, my friend? I'll be very happy if you want to speak up. Raise your hand. I will unmute you. But the rule is you'll have to be very respectful to everyone, including me. If you have questions, put that in the chat. Your doubts, your thoughts, your questions, put that in the chat. I'll be happy to answer. Let's use the last 10-15 minutes for you, for your interaction. Anybody who wants to share something, ask something, raise your hand. It's an open forum, my friend. Awesome. We have Aishal. Shall go ahead. I've asked you to unmute.
Hello, sir. Am I
Hello.
audible?
Yes, very clear.
सर मुझे पूछना था, मैंने आपका मई अटेम्प्ट के लेक्चर्स देखे थे पूरे।
Mm-hmm. Okay.
पर मुझे है ना क्वेश्चंस रिटर्न राइट करने में बहुत दिक्कत हो रही है। मतलब मेरे को
Okay.
समझ क्लास में पूरा आया था।
Mm-hmm.
प्रैक्टिकल जो सेशन हुए थे वो भी पूरे, प्रैक्टिस सेशन जो हुए थे वो भी मैंने सारे देखे थे और मैंने सारे आंसर आए थे मुझे करते।
Mm-hmm.
पर मुझे लिखने में प्रॉब्लम हो रही है,
Okay. ऐसे
आंसर लिखने में।
sure. ऐसे क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रही है? What is your analysis? You can't start to
मतलब
write. आपको लिखते लिखते बीच में you stop. Or you can identify the concept, but you can't frame the answer. Yeah, you can't even
हाँ,
identify the concept.
मुझे क्वेश्चन समझ आ जाता है और फिर
Okay.
मेरे को बस लिखने में उसको दिक्कत हो रही है। मतलब मैं फ्रेम नहीं कर पा रही आंसर।
Frame नहीं कर पा रहे. Okay. So great. I think I should you're not facing any different problem. 99% of us face this problem across. Okay. So first, don't be worried कि सिर्फ मेरे साथ ऐसा और आपके सबके साथ होता है. Okay.
हाँ,
Now, to your question, when you attended last classes, did you see
हाँ,
how we taught कि answer का format क्या होना चाहिए? You remember that?
हाँ,
Introduction.
इंट्रोडक्शन, कंटेंट और कंक्लूजन।
Exactly. Now, if
हाँ,
you are able to identify the concept, introduction is always from the question itself. ये भी आपको पता है कि जो question में they will have a statement, the introduction is the same thing. So let's say a question is asking, identify what should a particular company do in this particular situation. Your introduction will be the company is going through a lot of cash flow, consistent cash flow problems. Thereby, they are facing this challenge. ये आपका introduction is from the question itself, correct?
हाँ, मतलब मुझे कंटेंट फिर भी लिख समझ आ जाता है कि क्या लिख सकते हैं। बाकी मेरे को इंट्रोडक्शन में भी दिक्कत हो रही है।
इंट्रोडक्शन इज फ्रॉम द क्वेश्चन ओनली। सो अगेन टू योर पॉइंट, अगर आप शुरू नहीं कर पा रहे, सो लेट्स से आपको कंटेंट पता है कि मुझे ये लिखना है इस कॉन्सेप्ट में, दीज आर माय
हाँ,
बुलेट पॉइंट्स, यू कैन स्टार्ट द क्वेश्चन जस्ट बाय कॉपिंग व्हाट इज रिटन इन द क्वेश्चन, लाइक आई एम टेलिंग यू। अगर क्वेश्चन में लिखा है एक्स कंपनी इज गोइंग थ्रू अ कंसिस्टेंट कैश फ्लो प्रॉब्लम, दे फेसिंग दिस चैलेंज, देयर मैनेजमेंट हैज डन दिस बट दिस इज नॉट वर्किंग, ये लिखा है, एंड देन द क्वेश्चन इज आस्किंग what kind of strategy do you suggest the company should follow? Let's say that's the question. Your introduction will start with the the company is going through consistent negative cash flows and the management has tried doing this, but this is not working out. Same thing likho up. And then you write, based on these, the strategy they should follow is, let's say, turnaround strategy. Aapne answer aa gaya. Then you have the steps of turnaround, which you already know. And finally, you say, by doing turnaround strategy, the conclusion piece, by doing turnaround strategy, the company can achieve or can turn around a loss making scenario into a profit making scenario. सिंपल, मिल गया आपको 5 मार्क्स। सो इंट्रोडक्शन अगर प्रॉब्लम है वो तो क्वेश्चन से उठा लो आप, यू डोंट हैव टू डू एनीथिंग न्यू
तो
विद इट।
एग्जैक्ट सेम जो क्वेश्चन में लिखा है वो लिख सकते हैं।
हाँ, इन योर ओन वर्ड्स विच शुड मेक सेंस टू योर आंसर। मतलब लाइक आई एम सेइंग, जो प्रॉब्लम है, जो क्वेश्चन पूछा गया, यू पुट द सेम थिंग एंड देन पुट योर आंसर, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस माई आंसर इज दिस, ऐसा।
अच्छा, ओके।
Right? Read more suggested answers. We are here for more classes, right? Please come, ask questions. I would also say, if you can, in the next class, I shall do what? Okay, pick up a question, try to write, and then share in this class with us, right? अगली बार practice
ओके,
and then see कि आप कैसे लिख रहे हो. Let's see that as well, right?
सजेस्टेड आंसर्स देखूं और फिर जो मॉड्यूल में क्वेश्चन है वो ट्राई करूं।
Exactly. Yes, absolutely.
ठीक है,
दो
थैंक यू
तीन
सर।
suggested answers पढ़िए and then try yourself. Okay?
थैंक यू।
Awesome. Thanks, Ashil. Thank you so much. And I think you have raised a very good question. A lot of people uh, face this and they continue to face this. But again, जितना ज्यादा आप suggested answers पढ़ेंगे, आप खुद practice करेंगे, it's आपको
और
समझ आने
और
लगेगा कि ये
जैसे
कहाँ से आ रहे हैं।
और जैसे अगर रिटेन करने में दिक्कत हो रही है तो उसके लिए मॉड्यूल ही रिपीट पढूं
हाँ जी,
तो।
yes. So if you can go through the module for sure, if you have already read the module and you just want to brush up अपने concepts, Saransh is also a good thing, right? LVRCs हुई थी अभी, you can go back and look at those sessions as well. The LVRCs you can put at 2x and look at those classes as well if you want to brush up all concepts. If you want to read it yourself and आपको concepts clear है, if you're confident there, you can go through Saransh also for your practice, right? But
ओके
हाँ,
सर.
study material से अच्छा कुछ नहीं है, because it gives you the right points, the way you should write an answer. If you have time, please do that.
ओके, थैंक यू
Okay?
सर.
Awesome. Thanks, Ashil. Okay, what else? Instead of introduction, can we write facts of the case? You can. It's the same thing, Mike. So whatever is in the question, you can write the facts of the case. You can write, so just start your answer from the same thing what the question is asking. As simple as that. If the question is telling you something, giving you the information, use that information to start your answer. As simple as that. Okay, we have Divya. You raised a hand. You have a question, please go ahead. This is your class. And nobody is judging. Please, let's be very honest. I can assure you, if somebody judges you, I'll be the first one to remove them. Okay, no problem. But please do not hesitate in asking questions. This is your class. This is for you. We are here for you. And no question is a wrong question. It's a question after all. आपको confusion है तभी तो पूछ रहे हो. The chat is also open. You don't want to raise your hand. You don't want to speak up. You can still you can put your question in the chat. We have Ruchi ma'am also joined us. She can give you the best guidance in terms of how to manage examination and the subject per se. So feel free, use this opportunity to ask questions. If none, let me ask you a question. If you don't have a question, let me ask you a question. You can answer in the chat or even raise your hand and answer. How did you prepare for theory subjects in your class 11th and 12th? क्या strategy use करते थे आप? You guys have cleared class 11th and 12th for sure. Exams clear किए हैं आपने 11th और 12th के. What was your strategy in class 11th and 12th to study your theory subjects like economics, like business studies? कैसे पढ़ते थे? What was your strategy? How you used to manage? Those were big books, my friend. I remember business study ke, my time there used to be two parts. These were like big fat books. Reading first and then solving questions at the end. Okay. For most questions, used to understand the concepts. For some questions, used to do rectification. Don't do that. Okay. Sometimes you can, but don't do that. You don't rely on that. Reading and writing more, correct? Read, learn, and write and solve. Sample papers, likha maine mock test paper, revision test paper. Reading books. You're from science background, you have pure science. Even more, even better for you, Mehak. Science is so much theory to write. I know it's conceptual again, but you have to write so much. You have to remember so much, right, Mehak? Visual again, science background, even better for you guys, man. You guys have to remember so much. You guys had to, we also had to, again, not saying commerce is less, but again, comparatively, you have more things to retain and understand as a subject is much wider. But commerce and accounts is more practical. It's more application based. Science is also so equally. My point is, do not. So again, my point, dear friend, is, okay, you have already done it before. You have already done it before. Exactly. This is what is coming. Flow charts. Flow charts banate the, notes banate the. Right? You used to have short notes, flow charts, revision, used to solve papers, sample papers later. They used to buy sample paper books. You used to solve that. You used to talk to your friends. The problem with this course, I would say, quote unquote, the problem is we stop talking to people. This is an opportunity to talk to your classmates. These are your classmates. Use this opportunity to talk to people, talk to the teachers, talk to the esteemed faculties we have in the class. We have Ruchi ma'am here. Ask your questions, talk more, read more. You have already done so well in theory subjects throughout your life. Do not get pressurized by this theory thing in your CA examinations. Okay, let me just add ma'am here. I should make ma'am the host. Okay, just give me 1 second. So don't hesitate in asking your questions. Okay, I'm just trying to add ma'am here so that she can share with us more. Technical team, can we make Ruchi ma'am the co-host as well, please, if you're listening? Can we please make ma'am the co-host so that she can share her guidance with the students as well? Okay, thank you. Ma'am, you're the co-host now. Read the books, make the short notes, flow charts. In chemistry, you made your own notes, formulas, and score 80 out of 100. See, you've already done that. You've already done that. So to everyone, guys, do not lose that confidence on yourself. कि ये theory subject है, कैसे करेंगे, book इतना सारा कैसे पढ़ेंगे, how will I retain, how will I remember? You have done that already. You should be least concerned about this. You should be more excited about learning something new because you already know you have done so much of theory. You have cleared such big examinations during school times as well. So don't worry on that. Okay? Don't worry about that. Technical team, can we unmute ma'am, please? Possible? Ma'am is not able to unmute herself. Oh, now, ma'am is unmute. Ma'am, you're on unmute. If you can speak, please. Can't hear you, ma'am. Is there a way we can learn to present like the way you speak? Oh, that's practice, my friend. Gayatri, thank you so much. I'll take it as a compliment. That's all about practice. I've been doing this for years, so I wasn't, my flow wasn't as free as it is today. I used to be, and also you have to read more. So before this class, 2 days, the entire Friday and Saturday, I sat down and read the entire study material 2 times. You have to prepare for the classrooms. You have to prepare for the questions. So again, the more you read, the more confidence comes when you speak. And that's what I feel happens with everyone. It's not just me. You will see a lot of people who are able to speak freely because they have studied that thing really well, whatever they're good at, right? So read more and practice. Two things. No other magic. Awesome. I think ma'am is facing some technical issue. Though ma'am, you're unmute. Maybe you want to rejoin once and share thoughts because you're unmute. We can't hear you though. How to develop good communication skill? Again, like I said, visual. Read more, practice more. Jahan mauka mile, wherever you find an opportunity, please try to do public speaking. So go and talk, right? Stage fear nikal do. आजकल तो it's so easy. What you can do is start अभी तो नहीं exam के time तो नहीं, but start creating content. That's also what boosts your confidence, right? You have the stage. The stage is yours. The world is watching you. Millions of people are ready to watch you. Technical team, can we please make ma'am the co-host again? I think she's rejoined and try to unmute her once, please. Oh, maybe she'll rejoin once. Guys, we'll just wait for a minute for ma'am. I really want her to share her guidance with all of us in the first class because that's really important. Okay. Okay. Ma'am is disconnected, is it? Ma'am has joined again. Let's see if this time it works. Maybe she can share some guidance. Otherwise, maybe in the next class we'll see. But let's see if ma'am can
Hi,
join us.
Archit.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I
Finally.
audible now?
Yes. Now, ma'am.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, everyone. Sorry, I was not able to unmute myself. I don't know what's the technical glitch was there. So anyhow, welcome students. Welcome everyone in this LVC class of strategic management. First of all, I would like to say that students, please remove fear from this paper. Generally, there is a notion in the mind of the students that strategic management paper is a theoretical paper. No, please remember this. It's not a theoretical paper, it's an application based paper. You have to apply the concepts. The way you have to think while you are reading this paper is like, think like that you are a consumer, you are a customer, and how you understand the things, and try to understand the concepts first and thereafter apply those concepts in your life. Then you will able to understand the concepts as well as that how you can apply those concepts. Remember students, one thing, that whatever the scenarios have been asked in the question paper, they all are influenced by here and there in the business scenarios. So how you can cope up with all these things? You have to read any of the business newspaper, business magazine on daily basis. But once you start, maybe in initial few days, few months, you feel that we are not able to understand that what is going on. But as and when you start it and you make it in a practice, that for 15 days, 20 days, you will understand that what is going on in the market. Like, take an example, a very good example of this Iran-Israel war. What is this? What environment, what dynamics has been changed? This is totally an external environment, right? What is external environment now? Where we have no control. That you have read, that we have no control on external environment. So like that, you have to apply those concepts. Then only you will understand the concepts very well, and mind it that you will never forget such kind of concepts in your life, and they will help you not only in your CA journey but in your whole life. So you have to read and understand the concepts in that manner. How many of them, to be very honest, you please tell me that how many of you have think like that? Please raise your hands, those who think like that these concepts are involved in our day-to-day life. No one? I'm not able to see that how many have raised
Three
their
people
hands.
so far, ma'am, have
Three
raised.
people.
Yeah,
Oh.
4, 5. The number is increasing.
So you have to read like that. Read the concept, think that how this concept is implemented in your life, how this concept is influenced. Ample number of examples are there. Ample number of examples are there. I generally give this example in many of the classes, that about Apple phone. Why your generation is always inclined about to purchase or to having this Apple phone? Why so? What is there in it? You have so many concepts, core competency. Is it implemented over here? You have to think like that. Why you want to purchase that phone? There are so many phones, even though it is on a higher side, thereafter also students want to purchase this. Not only students, everyone, right? Why so? What is the reason behind it? They are charging premium prices. They are charging each and everything from you, but still you want to buy that. Why? Since you are a consumer, that's why I'm asking you. Tell me.
The chat is open, guys. You can type in the chat as well.
Think like that. मेरा यहाँ बताने का एक ही purpose है. The objective behind all this is just to show off. Oh, Vishmal Arora is writing that to show off. To whom you want to show off? Features available. Very good. So you have to think like that. Whatever the concepts are there in the strategic management, you have to think that how these concepts are affected in your life, how these concepts are implemented, because you know very well that students, whatever the organization, how organization takes such kind of decisions that what should be the ideal price, of course the costing and all matters, but apart from that, if somebody is think like that, that if somebody wants to produce some product, launch some product, so what they have to do, what kind of homework they have to do before launching any kind of product. Of course, first of all, they must know that what consumers want, what are their expectations, and who are consumers? You people are the consumer. So think like that if you really want to understand the concepts of strategic management. Then try to understand the concepts, then implement those concepts, and then again come back to those concepts. And then think that how many examples are there related to these concepts. So it is very important to understand this, that how you have to learn those concepts. I'm sure that once you start reading like that, I'm 100% sure you will never forget these concepts in your life. Another problem students generally face is articulation of the answers. That is also a big challenge for students while writing the answers. For that, one of the student has just asked a question to your faculty from Ch1 sir, that sir, how you are able to fluent in English, right? So this is all about practice. He has taken so many classes, and before coming to class, if he is in the class for 2 to 2.5 hours or 2 point whatever the time is, so before that he practiced. Definitely, I'm sure that he must have practiced before coming to the class, even though he is having a good experience. Am I right, Arjit?
Absolutely, ma'am. 2 days full. Had to read everything again.
Same you have to do, students. Once you start doing practice, you will definitely excel in that. I can give you an example for it. Many of the students nowadays are busy in playing games in mobile phone. Whatever the game you are playing, students, you are playing on daily basis in 3-4 times in a day or so. So definitely your excellence will increase. Your efficiency will increase. So whatever you will do and do more and more, your skills will improve. Same case with your studies. Right? So this is your first class of strategic management, and I hope you will able to understand the concepts, whatever those concepts have been taken by your faculty in today's class. And next class we are having on Saturday.
Correct.
Right? Saturdays and Sundays, there will be a class for strategic management. And I think it will go on for a few of the months till June. So please students, join these classes. These classes will help you in understand the concepts. And these are the platforms where you can ask your doubts. Any kind of doubt, conceptual doubt, you are not able to write the answers, you can ask those doubts. But before asking the question, you must do practice at your home. You must study before joining the class. Then only it will help you. Right? Anything else? Anyone wants to ask me? If anybody have any doubt, please ask. Or we will wind up the class. If any doubt is there? No, not yet. I'm not able to see any.
No questions, ma'am, so far.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Today is the first class. So I hope that in the next class, Arjit, you must have a good flow of questions,
Absolutely.
queries from the student side. We expect the same from the students, that please, after doing this class, they will study hard, and they are promising me that they will study hard and will ask so many questions in the next classes.
Absolutely.
Right? So thank you, everyone. Thank you, students. Thank you, faculty, and thank you, my technical team.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks, second team, and thanks,
Thank you.
everyone. See you next week. Keep studying. Yes, thanks, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you.